Alright, come on, just be honest with me. Do you really want to learn Taekwondo?
Okay, great. Stanley's Taekwondo!
I don't like it.
Hello, I'm Garret Ross, and welcome to Quaint. Have you ever wondered what it's like to be someone else, somewhere else, somehow? Have you ever wondered just what it's like to lay awake at night? Well, you know, we love to paint nature here on Garret Ross, and my uncle did too. Bob, you might know him. And so what's more natural than a forest? So we're going to go ahead and take some of our greenery up top and just lightly dab it. All we need right now is a background, so we kind of want to get it on the side of the brush, just on the tippy top corner. And then we're going to take some of our Norwegian white, and if you can get that, we're just going to kind of rub them together a little bit. What we want to do here is kind of create the background bush, you know, and it's a little misty this morning. Maybe it's, 50 degrees. Got a low cloud over the top. And, oh, you know what? I forgot. It's my fault. I forgot to paint the sky blue behind it. Can't have a white sky. So that's okay, we all make accidents, and let's just go ahead and paint over the top of that. But you know what's fun that we get to do? Is we can clear our brush off. My Uncle Bob used to love this. He used to say, we're gonna beat the devil out of it. But I'm a Scientologist, so we just say, we're gonna beat the individuality out of it. Okay, so now we have just a little work to do. We're going to get some more of the Norwegian white. And then we're going to grab some of our, and all you need to do is just make some broad strokes over the top. Nothing too heavy, just keep it light. Just a little more of that on the brush. And it's just carefree. Don't worry too much about it, because that white space is just maybe a cloud. It's okay to have clouds. Not every day needs to be a pristine blue sky. Not every day needs to be incredibly happy. But most days are, and I'm feeling pretty good today, so. And then we're just gonna, it's good to go. So what I want you to do is just create some large circles, or small circles I should say. And that looks okay. We're gonna clean our brush off just a little more. It's okay. I'm getting a little bit of the brown right now on the side of the brush. Now everything needs to be, pristine and perfect. Some nice, and these don't have to be perfect. All you need to do is make some big, large trunks. These are going to be in the background as well, so don't get too worried about how nice they are, how evenly spaced. They can be, misty in the distance. It doesn't really matter. My uncle said to me, we were down in my backyard before he passed, just eating persimmons by the brook, and he said to me, life isn't perfect, but when I'm with you, and sometimes I just think about that when I'm painting. Paintings don't have to be perfect, each painting is unique, and that's kind of the fun of it, if you ask me. Alright, so next we're going to grab a little bit of our cantankerous neem, and a little bit of the Peru. That's what I like. Maybe a little dark, maybe it's a little dark forest, a little dark enchanted forest. And I am a little bear cub, but I hope I don't get lost. Side to side. And these don't have to be perfect, just a layer of green mist. So, now that we have a little bit of mist going over our background trees, we can just I miss my uncle, I miss him every day. We can just, let's get a little bit more, we can just wait and let it dry a little bit. And maybe you guys can meet some of my friends, some of my pets. Let's bring them out. So let's meet a few of my friends, my pets. I happen to own a worm orchard. And, well, there's Brad Stevenson. And this is Linda Brownstein. And where's Jacob? Jacob! There he is. Ooh. Come here, Jacob. And here is Jacob Ontario. You know, a lot of people, it's okay, Jake, don't be scared. Sometimes they don't, they spend all day in the dark, and then when they come out in front of the cameras, it's a little difficult at first, but they always warm up to it. And this, of course, is old Leroy. Doesn't have a last name, that one. We still love him. Oh, Brad and Linda are saying hi. A lot of people say, and very ignorantly so if I can interject, but a lot of people say worms don't have personalities and don't make good friendships, as we put Chris Curran on here. But having been around worms for as long as I have, and this is Susan Attell. It's okay, Susie. It's okay. Shh. Shh. But being around worms for as long as I have, it really gives you perspective on, the complex workings of their inner lives. For example, and we'll just, where are you, Cornelius? And that is, of course, that's Cornelius Clancy. And, but the inner workings of their lives, obviously, Brad and Linda are quite intertwined, but you'd be remiss to forget that Leroy and Linda at one point had been married, and now Brad and Leroy are friends, and now that thing's cold. But I take care of them. Yeah, go to sleep with them every night. They keep me comforted, and yeah, I never want anything to happen to these guys. What I like to do is I like to put them all over here while I paint. Be careful, guys. Come back. Come back, Brad. What I like to do is I like to put them on my arm so they can kind of see what I'm doing. They like to know, is what they like to, they like to know what I'm getting up to. I don't want to be getting too far away. One time I went on vacation. Recently went on vacation to the Atlanta Zoo because these guys love, and it sounds gross, but they love monkey poo, which is called guano. It's very expensive if you are to buy it on the internet, but if you go to the zoo and you're lucky enough, you can get it for free. The monkeys will just throw it right at you, not knowing how much it's worth. So, all right, guys. And recently I made a trip out to the Atlanta Zoo, and I got some new guano from some ill-looking monkeys. Oh, Leroy. Little scamp. Oh, gosh. Linda. When Brad goes, Linda goes too. They're a pair. Okay, guys. It's okay. They're used to this. And let's put them back in there. Put them back in their dirt, where they can be happy and squirmy little worms. And now that we let our canvas dry for about 20 minutes, we're going to come back and take a little bit of that mystery color. Maybe a little bit of the cadmium red as well. And you just want to get a nice pink. So now we're going to add in the back, this is still the background. This is still we just want to add maybe a flower bed. Maybe there's a meadow underneath everything that's going on up top. And we'll just add in small circles, nothing too big. And we'll just keep adding in our bushes. And when I was visiting the Atlanta Zoo, I did get quarantined. Turns out one of the monkeys I was taking the guano from may have, ooh, and that looks nice. That looks really nice. Maybe get a little more white in there. Turns out one of the monkeys, something called virus. I'm not sure what that is, but they did do some preliminary testing on me, and I'm here now, so I think everything's gonna be quite all right. It looks like enough flowers for us, but let's just let's clean our paintbrush up. Amy's just gonna clean up your brush, and we're gonna beat the individuality out of it. Okay, what's next? Let's grab some of that black. No, not the black. Not the black. We're gonna go and grab a little more. Let's grab some of that orthogonal mellow and see if we can do it. Just light little jimbies, and we keep them onto the back. Because not all leaves, and a lot of people don't know this, not all leaves are green, and not all uncles are Bob Ross. But you can paint too, and so can I. Come on! That, it's okay. Not quite. But the nice thing about the human body is that when life gives you lemons, you can paint with it. Your body is very colorful, and you can use it to make up your painting a little bit of you. And you might not. Things don't have to be perfect. There's a little bit of use in there, and it makes you feel a lot more heartfelt. So, all right. Well, let's start painting some of our front round trees we got the background all set, and we... So we got all the front rooms set, so we can go ahead and paint some of our money trees. Ooh, that looks nice, doesn't it? That just looks... And we can even use the back of our brush. Oh, doesn't that look really cool? Maybe we got a skinny... Maybe we got a little skinny guy coming through the tree. So sometimes when you can't be ashamed of your body or certain things your body may do. Like for instance, I just made a little guano, as we would say, and I'm not ashamed. I will just do the painting. It's okay, and it's okay. It's okay, because if you need it, because we were using brown anyways. What we need to do is we're going to take our tiny little fingernail, our wee little tubby tunker, and we're going to go ahead and paint a tree trunk. And we can't stop because we only have the studio for a certain amount of time. So we're just gonna go ahead and rub one out. Because that's nature's paintbrush is what we call these guys. I'll buy them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We all have them, and we all have to use them. All together now. Paint. 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 It's good for you. And it looks nice on your walls. PSA, if a doctor ever tells you that you should go see a doctor, then you don't go see one. Just go ahead and do it, because if you don't, then you never know which virus do you get. And
funny thing they say, it makes it. Paint, 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 paint. Paint, 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 paint,
take you down to Funky Town and show you where the rollerblades are. I'm gonna put you in the earrings and just make you talk to me all day long. That's all. See?
Where are you, Lila? Jerome, we're looking for you.